Okay, today we are going to be decluttering our house as if we are getting ready to move to our absolute dream house. Real quick, let's do a little backstory because unfortunately this isn't a super happy story, but bear with. So my husband and I have been looking for our dream home, as people call it, and it really all has to do with location. That being said, we had found the most amazing home over the past week. We had put an offer in it. It was smaller than this home. It only had one bathroom, which actually I grew up with only one bathroom, so it's not something that scares me off. And it was on an acre of land within walking distance to my daughter's school. So it couldn't have been a better combination of things. But we lost it, of course, in the last minute, which has happened to us for about a year now, over and over again. And while that is really depressing, it did have me thinking about how excited we were when we got back to this house with fixing all of these little tiny things that have been annoying us so we could get this house ready to be sold. We painted a patch in the kitchen that's been bothering me forever. We pulled out some nails. We did a bunch of gardening yesterday. My husband sprayed the house or power washed the house, and the house looks great. But it had me thinking about how often we live in our house and we just get used to it, right? We don't fix all these little things and it's really a death by 1,000 cuts. And then we become so unhappy in our homes. We feel so overwhelmed by all these little things because they add up, right? So today we're gonna take back our house. We're going to take charge of our house and we're gonna do some fun, quick decluttering. I'm gonna only do 30 minutes. I'm gonna do all 3 floors of my tri-level home. And I have this beautiful bag just because it was the first one I saw. But in this bag, I put a whole roll of trash bags because I love having to grab a new one. And I also put a pencil and a notepad. And that's a little bit different today because this is a different kind of declutter. We're gonna keep the idea in mind. What if I was going to move into my dream home tomorrow? What would I not want to take with me? That's the powerful question. But also the notebook is going to tell us what are the little things that we would want to fix in order to be able to sell where we are or move from where we are, fix where we are, and move into that dream home. And so that's where I'm going to be writing down some things around this house that I would like to get done that I keep forgetting because they stay in my mind. But if they're not done on paper for me, girl's not going to remember to do them, right? So that's what that's for. Grab your trash bags, grab your notebook and a pencil. Let's go get our timer set. And the whole idea is that I'm going to be doing the slope method, which is basically going from one corner to the next. And I have to finish that whole corner of decluttering before I move on. And I don't know if any of you guys are with me, but honestly, when I get in a funk like this and I'm kind of down, cluttering not only gives me like a little boost of energy, I get hyper focused and excited about doing something that I know is going to be productive and helpful to me, but also it helps me to be more grateful. And that's exactly what I'm working on right now, being grateful for where I am right now in this present moment. Okay, let's go. So I am starting in the closet because basically, I'll show you my living room, but there's not a lot in here. Everything would come with me. But that closet usually gathers things. And this lamp, that sister right over there, she's actually gonna go. I had gotten her thinking that that was gonna be a good idea, not even for this room, but for upstairs. And I ended up not liking it. Way too cheap. So I just need to box that back up and send it back. That's good. Okay, so I'm just starting with my decluttering bag. If I end up needing one for trash, I can grab another one. If I have things that are just in the wrong place, that's what this huge bag is already for. This is going to be where I'm going to put things that need to go back where they belong. Bag number 1. All right, so yes, I did just take a shower. It is very hot in Virginia here, and so I thought a shower might help me cool down before I got this all started. Already seeing things that don't belong, so that's good. Not bad actually. Just a few things that don't belong, or like that was an old pen. I don't know why I threw it in here instead of the trash. Things happen, right? Okay, so that's easy. This is kind of like our junk drawer. Oh God, this is kind of like our junk drawer, I guess you'd call it. But honestly, this is a really important basket for us. It has everything from my dog's diapers because he's 14, bless his heart, and things that we use all of the time. We want them handy, but they don't need to be out. But okay, this is pretty good. Oh, I do know. Okay, so the helpful thing is, like I said, slope method. This is the first corner. I know my husband said that I could get rid of this hat because he just got a new one he really likes. My daughter absolutely hates this hat, so I got her a new one, so that's gonna go. If you are starting this and you just don't know how to even begin, then give yourself a maybe bin. A maybe bin really has helped me in the beginning as somebody who has ADHD. With my lovely neurodivergent brain, I can get overwhelmed by decisions, and especially in the beginning, really overwhelmed by decisions. And so sometimes I just have to step back and say, okay, I will put this in another bag. I'll set it on my calendar. I'll put it in a different room. And if I don't go back for it, then that's okay. But honestly, give yourself some grace. We are doing amazing things here. We are in here to declutter, and that is better than just sitting and doing nothing and being unhappy with it, right? Okay, so actually this has gathered. Oh my Lord, I finally found our umbrella. I have been looking for this forever. I could have, been looking for this umbrella forever, and honestly, we just bought 2 more because I couldn't find this one, but I bet you can relate. Hopefully, I'm not alone on this one. Oh well, but here it is. Now I found it, so that's good, I guess. Okay, so I have my gloves. We have like way too many of these jump socks, way more than we need. I have my hat, my daughter's hat, my winter hat. I really like to do it this way where all 3 of us have all of our stuff in this one bin. That's just my preference. It helps me to know where everything is except for that umbrella, I guess. But it helps me. And I'm just gonna put like our summer hats that we wear all the time at the top. My daughter's wearing hers right now. She's at camp, so that's why I don't have it. Okay. So this is our game bin. I can already tell there are things that I've been meaning to declutter for a while that are in here. We love our games in this house. If you ever come over and hang out with us, we're probably gonna play some card game or something at night. But I think I've recently just went through this, so I don't really see anything major that needs to go. All right. As we are decluttering, keep it in mind, we are thinking about our house as if we had just bought our dream house and we are moving. We do not want to take these things with us. They're just gonna bring us down, and they're gonna be one more thing we have to throw in our car. So with that in mind, I feel like I can move a lot faster through this declutter. Forgot to put this hat back. Okay, so in here, I have a jacket that needs to go back where it belongs. So I'm gonna put it in that purple bag that I had. And there's also another jacket that I'm just ready to declutter. The dog leashes, and these have actually been great. These are our charcoal bags. Why is that a hard word? Charcoal bags that I got for our stinky shoe area over here. And they really have worked very well for pretty minimal price. So I'm happy with these choices. We're gonna keep those. Not sure why the tissue box is in here. I also have a weight that I have not used in a long time. So I think she's gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna go. Let's go. I feel like I have something in this pocket. Chapstick, nice. All right, so this is going back into my room. I'm gonna do a quick assessment of our shoes. All right, so let's take all the shoes out really fast and just look at them. I'm not gonna worry about my husband's shoes because he doesn't have very many. And if he gets new ones, I already know what they are, so. All right, my shoes. Honestly, I haven't been wearing these anymore. And this goes back to, here, let me move you guys up. Okay, I've talked about this before, and I'm just gonna say it again because maybe people like myself need to hear it again. I got these shoes a long time ago, and I really, excuse me, hiccups, and I really liked them. They are Tory Burch. So obviously I bought them a long time ago, back when I really cared about brands, and they're not super comfortable, honestly. And I think that I kept them for so long because I think they still hold monetary value, even though they look like this. And I don't know. So they were really hard for me to declutter. I got a new pair this year that are semi-fancy, I guess, and good enough for me to go to like a semi-casual wedding. And so I think these can actually go now. And I'm ready to not care about brands anymore and to just keep things that are comfortable and that I enjoy wearing. So goodbye. Say bye. You're not going to see these anymore. Okay. My daughter is just a creature comfort kind of person. She didn't like these jellies, and the rest of them are great. These little baby Toms are so cute. I got them online. Let me know if your kid wants some because I can link them for you, but they were adorable. So these are the shoes that my daughter has. She has about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs because she's wearing her tennis shoes. And we're gonna put these back. And let's see, I just got rid of 1 pair. These are the ones that I was just talking about. I got them from a store called Sierra, but they're called Plankton. Super comfortable, and yet I feel like kind of fashionable, right? Kind of fashionable. Maybe not to you, but it's me. Okay, we're gonna quickly do my purse. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, this is the only purse that I use. I do have one of those like black satchel things that I use when we go camping, but this is the main girl. She's like the perfect size for everything. And let's just see if there's anything I can get rid of in here. Honestly, it's like trash. So I know that I said I would get a new bag for trash, but it's not a lot of trash in my purse. So I'm gonna throw it in here. And at the end of this process, I'm just gonna put it in the regular trash can, unless I find more, guys. All right, some trash and some things that aren't where they belong. Okay, you can tell that I like gaming, or games, not gaming, because I have a pack of cards with me at all times in case there is a chance where we're sitting down and we need to play a card game. So, okay, pretty good. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am still trying to do that slope method. So I started here in this corner, let's say, and I'm slowly working my way through the entire corner. If you are somebody that struggles with decluttering and staying focused, then 1, you're just like me. So hi, friend. But also I think it's pretty normal. Like that, we can get distracted by all the things. I mean, especially like today, my daughter's at camp, but when she's here with me and I'm trying to do this, it can get crazy fast. So doing a slope method means that you start in one area, you're working your way around. When you get too tired, you just stop, but you don't have this massive, huge room of things all out and crazy by the end of it. Okay, so I am seeing a handful of trash. This area is full of like coupons, receipts that we need to keep, bills we need to pay, that kind of stuff. So that's clean. And I just very unsuccessfully could not figure out how to get my floored lamp all the way undone. Apparently my husband way overdid it when he tightened those bolts. And so we're gonna leave that out with the box so that I remember to ask him to help me take it apart. But this room I think looks pretty good, and I already have almost a full bag. Can you believe it? Been decluttering for 6 years and I still can find almost a full bag in this room. This is just the place where the clutter likes to hide. I know that my 10 minutes down here is up, and so I'm not gonna hit up my kitchen right now. I'll come back another day for that. I'm gonna keep the momentum going, which is key, and we're gonna go upstairs to the next level and do our 10 minutes, and let's go see if we can find some more. Let's take a quick break to thank today's sponsor, HelloFresh. I love using HelloFresh because it makes it easy to enjoy hassle-free, better-for-you home-cooked meals. I love having meals at home, but honestly, learning new recipes and cooking is one of my least favorite things in the world. Making dinner every day can be such a chore, but with HelloFresh planning, shopping, and delivering all the ingredients you need to cook delicious meals, you can get back to the joy of cooking and eating at home. I also love their new menu categories like 15-minute meals, prep and bake, and the 3-minute heat and eat ready-made meals, so that even on those super busy, crazy days, I have an easy and fast dinner on the table. If I were you, I would take advantage of HelloFresh's incredible offer by using my code EASEFM for 10 free meals and free add-ons for life. 1 free item per box with active subscription, free meals applied, a discount on first box, and new subscribers only. It varies by the plan, but sign up today, click on the link below, or use my code EASEFM. Okay. Decluttering my bathroom is basically one of those places that I always feel like I have some aha moments. There's always things that sneak in that I don't realize are there. I think that's why it's so important to keep up with your bathroom, super loud, with your bathroom declutters, because things just, they add up in our bathroom. And like I said earlier, it's the death by 1,000 cuts. It's nothing that was huge and life-changing that made you be so unhappy in your house. It was a slow drain of you adding, and not taking anything away that's got us where we are. That's exactly how 6 years ago, I guess you would call lost it, and just realized that I couldn't do this anymore to myself, that I was so unhappy. I watched that minimalist documentary, and I had nothing similar to them at all. I think that's what's so crazy. Now watching other women minimalists and family minimalists and their declutters, I'm like, wow, this is super, super helpful. But I had no idea about the concept. So I didn't know to even look it up until I saw their video. And then I was like, well, even though they're so different from me, there's got to be something to this. I bet I could do this too. I bet I could make my life a little easier if I really wanted to. And a lot of you guys have asked me how I do it with my daughter and my husband. This looks really crooked. And honestly, it's with my daughter, she very much loves her things. She's just like I was growing up. And so we just set limits. She has baskets where she can keep her stuff. And when those baskets are full, we just talk about how we need to get rid of a few things. It actually really helps when we'll go to the store, and she has an allowance now, so she learns how to use her money. But when she goes to the store and she asks for things, I'll be like, well, do you have room? Or do you have something that you're ready to declutter? And if the answer is no, then she has that moment to kind of work through that, because I think something that I never really learned about was that everything has limits, that we have limits, the amount of space we have, or we're constantly looking for a bigger and bigger and bigger home, or more space or more storage, because we think we have to keep all of these things and they're going to make us happy. When in reality, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, the more I got, the more stressed I got, because I couldn't possibly keep up with all of these things. And mentally, with my ADHD, it just became worse. Losing things became so much worse. Overbuying the same thing over and over again. I've talked about how I bought 3 baking powders just this past year, because I'm not paying attention to what I have. And when I have too much, there's no way that I can possibly regulate that. So it's not everybody's problem, but if you are like myself and you are overwhelmed, then taking a moment to think about, what if I sold where I was, or I found my dream home and I could move today? Would I be ready to go? Would I want these things coming with me? And if the answer is no, then you know that you're ready to let them go, that that they're not serving you, you probably are just like me and you've gotten used to them. So that's something that I've had to kind of look myself in the mirror and recognize that about myself. And it doesn't, make me a bad person, doesn't make me any less of a person. It just means that I can only organize but so much. I have a threshold. Okay, because I said I'm only doing 30 minutes today and I'm only doing 10 minutes on each floor. I'm not gonna spend too much time doing this because I'm not gonna go through my whole bathroom today. So I'm just doing a few things that I know my daughter has not used in a long time, not enjoyed, and those are ready to go. I just had a flashback going through this, and honestly, the funniest thing is that when she was really little, my daughter, I would spend so much money on toys, bath toys, especially, thinking she needed all these other things. And honestly, what's her favorite thing? Cups. If I gave my girl just some cups, the child would be perfectly happy. We overthink these things so often, trying to be like super mom or super parent or whatever. And we forget that it's really the simplest things that our kids are asking for: attention, love, somebody to talk to, and just some random things around the house. So we're already a little bit lighter. We're just looking for like that 10%. But in the bathroom, I'm going to actually use my notebook. I really want to get a new shower curtain liner. The one I have is gross. And I have, bleached it. I've tried vinegar and I just can't get the old mold out of it. I really like that it's fabric, but I'm going to get a new one and replace it. So I'm going to put that on my little list. That's why we have this new shower curtain liner. And that'll be one less little annoying thing that I have to think about every time I get in the shower. Okay, this is the room that I'm most excited about with the changes. And there's not even a whole lot in here, to be honest. I know there's a couple things in this closet that I've been meaning to get rid of for a long time, and I just keep forgetting, if I'm gonna be honest. But the bed that is in here, I don't like. It's very old, it's gross. Used to be my brother's when he lived here, and the, what is it called? Bed frame that came with it was also his. He didn't want it when they moved, and I don't want it either. We don't need it. So I am going to be decluttering this mattress and also the bed frame. That's gonna have to be taken apart with my husband, but I'm going to put it on my little checklist of things to do. But there are a few things that I know you guys have probably even seen them before in my decluttering videos, because I know I need to get rid of them. It is now time. Girl's not gonna forget anymore, but I'm gonna put mattress and bed frame. Don't know why that's a hard word for me. Gone. Okay, sorry. Terrible. Can you see this? Terrible handwriting. I know, sorry, but it's there. This is just in the wrong place. This is a chewed on pencil, probably from my dog. And in here is where these two things are gonna go. Some old shorts. Okay. Whenever we have moments in our life that I feel like we kind of come to an impasse, like things aren't going our way or we're feeling very overwhelmed by life, we can all get there, right? Like I was there last night, so was my husband. We were just having a really rough evening. But honestly, decluttering has become one of those things for me that, no, I don't need to do it all that often because I've been doing it for so long, and you will get there as well, I promise. But it reminds me to be grateful. It reminds me of where I've come from. And I think about my old self, 5-6 years ago, starting this whole process, and how hard I was on myself and not giving myself grace and beating myself up for making purchases over and over again that were the wrong choice, that were the wrong decision. And I just want to put it out there into the world that you don't need to do that. You don't need to give yourself a hard time. You can buy the same thing 4 times and realize on the 5th time that you don't need it, and then don't buy it anymore. That's okay. I think we give ourselves way too much of a hard time when it comes to decluttering, and we hear all this great advice, and it is great. And then when, for whatever reason, it doesn't work for us, we get upset and we don't understand. That's okay. That's a part of life. That is okay. And it is okay to say you're going to declutter something and then forget about it, leave it in the closet too long, and then find another day and be like, oop, whoops, I guess I'm decluttering it now. Happens to me all the time. So for whatever reason, if you're having a hard day like I am today, and you just need a little bit of a pick-me-up, I just want to let you know you're doing a great job. You may have a bunch of things in your home that are overwhelming you. A lot of us are there with you. And try to find one thing that you learned from this experience of decluttering, whether you think it was a total success or a total flop. I've been on both sides of them. And when you step back and think about how far you've come, or start to imagine what your life could be on the other side of this declutter, you will realize that every little step that you take in decluttering and getting rid of things, you're learning something new about yourself, and you're slowly making your life a lot easier. All right. So, in all honesty, I think I've already said I was going to declutter these things before. Girl's going to do it now. Let's keep moving. Okay, real quick. One more thing. As you see, I am just putting everything in a decluttering bag, and I am not selling anything. And that is a personal choice that you can make for yourself. But I don't sell anything anymore unless it's like a large piece of furniture and I know I can get a good amount for it. A couple of months ago when we got a new fridge, my husband sold our old fridge. It sold in one day for $100. And those are the things I don't mind selling. Most of the things, if they're in good condition, I just declutter them and I get them out of my house. But that is a personal choice. I hate listing things online. I've done it before. That's where I started, listing tons of clothes online. And I found that it slowed me down. And I found it also was just extremely overwhelming for someone like myself. So you're going to have to figure out where you are in that. If you are happy to take pictures, meet up with people, and sell things, then do it. I mean, honestly, I made some good money in the beginning when I had really nice clothing to sell. But if you're like me and it literally was a stumbling block that kept you stuck for longer than you needed to be, then don't sell things. And just realize that these lovely things that you are donating, somebody is going to really enjoy them. And what an absolute blessing that you could be for somebody else. That's how I picture it. No, I don't think you should start decluttering any room with a bed covered with clothes that are clean and ready to be put away. But here we are, friends, right? We're giving ourselves grace. This room is not perfect. I am not going to worry about the clothes right at this minute because I am on a timer and I want to keep moving. I'm just going to go through the clothes that are in the closet and finish up here and then go down into our bottom floor, and we're just going to keep the momentum going, right? So on that note, don't worry about those excess things that you know you're not going to declutter. Put your blinders up and just keep moving from one corner to the next. Okay, so I'm going to be honest, just like I was with the clothes, I usually like to do a one in, one out rule. I usually like to just stay with the amount of hangers I have. And while I haven't bought any new hangers, I have bought some new things, and I haven't been keeping up with the one in, one out rule. So that's why we're in here today, and I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to look through some of the clothes that I know I haven't been wearing as much recently, and we're going to let them go. Just moving over the clean clothes that are my daughter's. All right. Some of these things are like things that people have given me, things that got too small over the years, or just getting really dirty, and I don't wear them very often. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna get rid of these 4 tops right here. So you guys do ask me about my husband all the time. So for our relationship, this is what works. My husband is very frugal. He also really likes to find a great deal and the best product possible before he'll buy anything. But that means he also hates to get rid of things when he thinks that he's just gonna have to go buy it again. One thing that I have found that really helps when it comes to decluttering anything in this house that belongs to him is I will put it in a bag if I think it's ready to go, whether it's a t-shirt or an old cable. Then I will give him an opportunity to go through it, but he's not having to do this declutter with me, and he's not having to do what I enjoy, but he calls like the labor of the process of having to go through everything and make decisions and blah, 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 and pull everything out. He's not having to do that. It's already right there in the bag, ready for him. And we didn't start like that. Let me be honest. We've had lots of conversations over the years of why I needed this in my life in order to function better and how I thought it could help him as well. So through the years, this is what has started to work the best for us. It does take a lot of conversations and talking, and sometimes they're uncomfortable. And he's said some very honest things to me, I guess you could say, about decluttering and what he noticed about how I kept buying things and then decluttering things. And he just felt like I was replacing them, and that was really frustrating. And honestly, that hurt, but it was true, and I needed to hear it. And I do feel like now, because of all those conversations, we have a better understanding of each other as people and what we need. So that might help you in the long run, talking about that and why you need to declutter. It might not. I don't know. If you guys have a trick for keeping white shirts, men's white shirts, white, I'd love to hear it because I could use some help here. I just cannot seem to keep them white. It's so frustrating. Okay, so I've pulled out 3 of his shirts, and we'll put them in the bag, and then I'll just let him, he can tell me what he wants to do with them. Okay. Ta-da! Ta-da! I think one of the hardest things for me to acknowledge when I first started was just that I can't have it all. I just can't. I can't have everything. I grew up always wanting to have a house like Clueless. If you've not seen it, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but in that movie, she had this whole closet full of clothes, and she had like a computer that would even tell her different outfits that would match in her closet. That was my dream growing up. And just coming to the reality that I had something similar to that. I got as close as I ever will be. And I was so unhappy. I was the most unhappy I've ever been. At the level of clothing that I thought I would be the happiest, right? And that acknowledgement really helped me to realize, okay, well, I guess I'm ready for a change because that didn't work. Are these my socks or his socks? Oh, mine. Okay, 2 baskets done. Much better. It's even breaking the bag. I need to get a new bag. This bag is trash. All right, so I'm looking at my jewelry right now and taking out the silly things I've bought along the way that I never wear. And actually, I had just bought a pair of earrings not too long ago that I wanted to replace my old hoops because they're getting just really worn down. But I don't think they're for me, so I need to return them. So I pulled those out also. It's so funny. We get new jewelry and we think they're gonna be this amazing new, I'm gonna love it. And then, nope, it's just Old Faithful. Old Faithful is my favorite. Keep going back to the same thing. So funny. I have 100% exceeded my 10 minutes. I know, but I'm also a talker, so that's probably half of it, right? All right, I'm just gonna go through our side tables. Treasures. These are just in the wrong place. Okay, without looking at the laundry that needs to be put away, y'all, come on. Come on, we need to do a nice clap for this. Because honestly, sometimes I put up blinders to the things that I just don't feel like I have time for. So I keep walking past these things, and they're making us miserable walking past them over and over again. It's harder to put our clothes away because the bins are always so full. It's harder for us to find what we really want because we have to look through like 5 drawers to find it. And so I know this process, and thinking about how if we had gotten our dream home, that this is the things that I would have been getting rid of anyway. So I'm just taking the time now, even though we're not getting the house, and I'm gonna live as happily as I possibly can right now in this moment is the way that I want to keep going and continue in the future. Don't wait until you move to fix all the tiny problems. Fix them now. You can be happy right now. Okay. Woo. Something else that you can take or leave depending on the age of your kid and where your kids are at mentally. When it comes to helping her learn how to declutter the harder things, what we do is I will take those kind of toys and I will put them in that maybe bin area. And then when she's ready, she'll tell me. It helps me have some wait time to think about it. The same thing is for my daughter. And that way I still feel like I can help her by clearing out her room, and she loves it when she walks in here and it just feels lighter. It feels good. But she knows that I haven't gotten rid of anything that she really loves. And she also knows that she has the opportunity when she wants to go back and find those things. And so it's finding that balance for your kids. What do they appreciate about a clutter-free room? And I think the separation without the anxiety has helped my daughter to see things that I never thought she would get rid of. She now can say, oh, okay, yeah, I haven't gone back to get that in a month or two. Yeah, we're good. I'm ready to move on. So honestly, that has been a huge game changer in helping her feel comfortable letting things go. I don't know about y'all, but honestly, just doing this little bit right now, it's just that momentum to get going, and then you see the differences that you're making. And I think that's what helps me so much, is seeing the impact of these small increments of time. You know, when like you set rules for yourself, like you're only gonna do 10 minutes of floor and you're gonna get everything done in 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes goes by and you're still at it. It feels good. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna set a 2-minute timer so that I am done in 2 minutes, because I do not feel like being absolutely worn out by the time I leave here and not being able to get to downstairs real quick. So I'm gonna do the up top. That sounds ridiculous, but I'm gonna do the top of this closet in my daughter's room. Anything that I know that she's not gonna fit in the next season that's up there, I'm gonna just go ahead and let it go, because we're living in the present now. And if I was to move into my dream house, which almost happened, I wouldn't be bringing these things anyway, because it would just be one more thing that I knew that I'd have to declutter really soon. So let's look in this closet. My timer's getting ready to go off in 30 seconds now, but the last thing that I wanna do before I get out of here, which was amazing, can't believe I found so many things, I'm gonna put on my notebook that my daughter already said that she was ready to give this dollhouse thing back to my mother-in-law, who let us borrow it. And so that needs to go back downstairs and out of this house. And then this room would be ready for pictures if somebody was to come by it. Okay, there goes my timer. Going into this, I thought this would be like maybe a 2-bag deal. But I think, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags already are full. I had no idea. This much stuff was still in this house. But I think it's really about how different my brain is working right at this moment. And the idea that I had this dream house I was ready to move into yesterday. We were painting, we were weeding, we were getting things done. And today was going to be the day that we signed all the paperwork and we took pictures of our house. And I knew today I was going to be decluttering, I was going to be getting rid of stuff. And so I already had that in my mind that those were the things that was going to happen. And I think I'm still riding on that idea. And it's really helped me to see some of the things that I just kept walking by for so long. And they weren't making me happy. They were making my life harder. They were making my kid and my husband's life harder. And yet it was just, I was just used to them, right? I was just used to them. And so I just ignored them as much as possible. But yeah, no, we're going to move. We're moving. Can I do this in one load? Oh, just barely. So last little bit is gonna be in here in my den area. And I am getting tired, I'm gonna be honest. That last room, woo, that was a doozy. I did not expect to find that much stuff. I'm gonna just look at the desk and I'm gonna look in my husband's bathroom real quick and then we're gonna be done. Like, how great is that? And all of this stuff gone, I'm so excited. Woo, it is warm in here. Just getting rid of some old stuff I see on the countertop. Okay. 100% not mad at all, but this was so much more than I expected. And I think it was that mind shift change of, I found my dream home, I'm ready to leave. What do I need to get rid of that has helped me today? Even though it's obviously not the case anymore, but I think I just kept getting stuck on, I've done good enough. It's good enough. And I can ignore these things that keep irritating me. But as I said in the beginning, it's that case of 1,000 cuts. Yes, we can ignore these little pieces around our house as much as we want. But eventually, we do start to feel it on the other side when it comes to having to clean a lot more. The anxiety we feel trying to find the things that we have lost over and over again and having just to keep up with all these things and clean them all. And that can get really exhausting. So as I'm exhausted right now and I'm getting ready to take a nice chill break, I want to encourage you that yes, I am still decluttering after 6 years. So obviously this is always an evolution and things change, but I do not have to do these big declutters very often. And that's where I want you to get to. If you can't do a big declutter, start the slope method. Do one corner at a time. Every time that you declutter, feel the success that you have accomplished something that maybe you didn't even want to do going into it, but you did. And now your home is gonna run just that little bit better. Just keep thinking, I'm moving tomorrow. I'm moving tomorrow. Do I really want to lug this to the next place I'm going? And even though I'm not moving tomorrow, it obviously has really helped me today. So if you've enjoyed this video or you found any inspiration, then please join us here by subscribing on Minimal Ease. And of course, if you are decluttering with us, then throw a heart emoji down below. And I hope you can enjoy one of these videos right here. All right, I'll see you guys later.